Hey everybody, another episode of A Day in the Shop. Howard and I working together in the shop on different things. Today I wanted to finish up the wagon machine company, which is a Howard Zane design for my layout. I wanted a HO scale one for my HO layout, and I'm going to let Howard talk about the incredible design of this building. Hey Howard, you don't look like a midget today in front of this HO building.
Well, that's true. Well, we'll talk about it. Now, this is. Do I have this on my layout? I forgot.
I don't think so.
Where'd this design come? I know I designed it, but I can't recall.
Right. But you called it the Martin Machine
Oh,
Company.
that's right. Yeah, I made actually the prototype I made was
What?
an O scale.
Okay.
I went out to George Coes, who was imports those wonderful G scale locomotives.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to it afterwards, but they also did an HO version, but the first was an O scale.
Right.
Now, this is one of your training projects. Uh, it's not bad. There's a lot of things I could pick apart, but we're not here to do that. We're
Right.
here to
Right.
encourage everybody. All one of the scratch
Well, I haven't weathered the
You'll
cupola.
get your grade later.
Yes. Yes. I haven't weathered the cupola roof yet, and I haven't put a loading dock on the rear yet. Howard will kill me if I don't put a good loading dock on the rear.
Well, you're not going to see it, so let's be practical.
Right.
Now, I keep talking about you want to build the whole building.
Right.
Rather than just 2/3 or 3/4.
Right.
Or half, like I've seen before.
Right.
But this will, you pretty much cover the whole thing. There's a lot of areas that could be filled. We're not going to talk about that now. It's you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't want our viewing audience to get really
Discouraged. No. No, I'm happy with it. And folks, when you build something, you got to be happy with it, And I'm happy with it. It's a big HO structure. How did you whip this thing up out of your imagination? You just built it, or?
Well, that's one of the things I love to do. People have various things they do, and one of the things I love to do. There's quite a few things that are strange. Like when I used to fly, most of my time was on a Twin Beach or a DC-3, mostly Beach 18s.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to fly people to where they were going, halfway, sometimes 3/4 away across the country. I drop them off, and I come back, and I get down to 1,000 feet over cities and 500 feet over farmland,
Mm-hmm.
and shut all the avionics off, and go back to the 20s and the 30s. Just navigate by pilotage or dead reckoning,
Wow.
and that was fun. IFR means instrument flight rules. To me, IFR means I follow roads.
Right. That's
And
cool.
That's it. Works. I had more fun doing that. I hate avionics. I hate modern shit. My time with the big boys, I just wasn't me.
Right.
I am a cow pasture pilot.
Well, I remember back in December, you had a client. I forgot. I think it was a Canadian client that bought one of these. And
Yeah, that was from Toronto.
Right.
Campbell.
And we were both building, you were building the HO one, and I was building this, beginning to build this. That's how long ago that was, folks. I started this thing back in December when you were building the Toronto one.
Well,
And
we talked before about the things I like. I don't mean to interrupt.
no,
Hope
no,
I'm not putting words over yours.
no.
That was one thing I loved, was flying, dead reckoning. The other thing I love to do is take the inception to completion, but I take it a step beyond. I don't draw it. I'll just sketch. Not even sketch. I'll just build one elevation at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I remember doing the prototype for this. I built this elevation here.
Mm-hmm.
Then I built the side elevation.
Wow.
Then I figured out a little add-on over here.
Right.
Then I built the back elevation. And then I built this elevation.
Wow.
And figured how I put this in on an angle.
Right.
And I built a longer piece in the back. Then just put the filler piece in here like you did.
Right.
Except what I would do, I'd indent this a little better.
Okay.
It looks a lot more interesting.
To indent it. Yeah.
But
But,
this overall is a nice job. You got gaps and stuff like that. But then again, you're learning.
yeah.
Now, what's interesting, you made the remark that I walk on water.
Not quite.
I don't know if I mentioned this before.
Not
Yeah,
quite.
I walk on water, and there's a fucking reason for that. Because I can't swim worth a shit. No, that's not true. I can swim fine, but I don't walk on water.
No.
It's, I just play with my trains and do the best I can.
This was originally called Martin Wagon, wasn't it?
It was called Martin Wagon Company, but then again, we're so far into the 21st century, like 24 years into it.
Right.
Wagons. Well, the 19th century, the 20th century, there were wagons.
Right.
There are no wagons in the 21st century.
Right.
Except Trump driving around those damn golf cart.
Right. Well, this thing, it's a big HO building. This thing's probably 22 inches long. I'm guessing. I don't know where the ruler went, but
a big ruler right over here.
It's about 11 inches wide.
Here.
Let's see. I'll bet you it's about 22 inches long.
Overall, it's 27 long.
Ooh, okay.
And max width would be 7.5 inches.
Okay. So it's a long one.
It's a big summit.
Yeah, it's a big, but I really liked it. And I don't think this is on the layout downstairs.
No. I did something similar that's called Buckley Manufacturing.
Right. That's one of my favorite buildings.
That's similar.
Right.
But not this.
Right.
But you've done a very good job, Al. I mean, it's you're coming a long way.
Well, Howard, I appreciate it. And folks, if you want one of these built for you in O scale or HO scale, like I said, this thing's 27 inches long in HO scale. In O scale, this would be...
We could adjust that, actually, in O scale.
Right.
It's not going to be 54 inches or anything like that. It could be...
48.
We could 48 easily.
Right.
We even knock it down to 36, it would still look good.
Right, and it would still look good, you know.
That's up. Just the window spacing.
Yep. I think yours was a little more angled than mine.
Well, I had a steeper roof, actually.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that because I put these the dormers.
Right.
Now, if you have a steeper roof, it's easier to build a dormer.
Right.
A roof this flat, a flat pitch like that, you don't have much of an angle here. So you put, you simulate shingles or roll roofing on here, but then again, something this flat would have to call for a neoprene or solid rubber.
Right. Because it's...
Or just something else. But the shingles wouldn't have, the water would get under the shingles.
Yeah. Well, Howard, I appreciate it. And it'll be on a special place on the layout. And stay tuned, folks, because more episodes of In the Shop with Howard working on a really cool... You have an HO station that's stone that a client bought in O scale for his high rail O scale layout.
Yeah, we're doing, let's see. What the hell is it?
We'll do that in a different episode. Well, here, I've got this is the HO version of it.
Okay.
Down here.
Okay, you shoot that.
Yep, and stay tuned. We're going to do a separate episode on...
Over here, I'll slide back a little bit. This is the O-scale version.
Ooh.
In progress.
In progress, yeah, man.
Very much in progress.
Yes.
And
yes.
I'm working on the platform for it now.
Yes.
Well,
Howard, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I hope our audience really understands how much fun we are having with this, doing this.
It is
It's
fun.
an art form, it's creative, and for us it's art because we start from the beginning. We're not copying anything.
Right.
Now, I had a project emailed to me, request actually, to copy some house of somebody's mother up in New York State. And I looked at it. Well, the drawings, the photographs they sent were okay, but it's not my design. I can't do that. So I didn't get back to him.
Right.
Or I did, but I just say I'm not going to do it.
Right. You know what's weird about this? This thing's got a really complex roof, the way it attaches. I remember back in December, you sat there and watched me struggle with it for about an hour and a half, and then finally you basically looked at it, eyeballed it, cut it, and everything lined up right.
Well, we have one serious problem. I was going to hope you would figure it out, but since you haven't figured it out. Now, is it okay for me to criticize you on this is your video. I don't want to get you throwing things up.
Nah, we're wait. It's part of the learning
take
experience.
a look at this clapboard here. Okay, look how thin that is. That is HO clapboard, but then again, it could be 3-inch clapboard.
Well, this is an HO building.
Oh, it's right. It's an HO building.
Yeah.
Okay, then the clapboard's okay. However, look at the clapboard up here.
That's a little bit different size.
Yeah, it's a lot of it different.
Yeah, a little bit different size.
Now it's
still works for HO.
It's possible. It is possible.
Yeah. Yep.
There is nothing impossible, and everything has been done at one form or another.
Yes.
I'm sure it's somewhere. Actually, I could tell you a story. Next door, the guy was putting metal siding, and he had a whole bunch of people. Not one of them spoke American.
Wow.
Not even close. So one guy was putting the horizontal siding on horizontal, where it should be.
Right.
And the other side, the guy was putting it up vertically.
Oh my God.
So I went out, stop. And they didn't understand what I was talking about. They thought I was going to shoot him or something.
Didn't they mount the windows upside down too?
Of course, that's true. You can show that in your videos. And same thing. Nobody spoke of it at all. I don't know where they were from. But, you know, God bless them. It takes a lot of courage to leave your home. Think about this.
Right.
When I hear people talk about anti-immigration, we're such hypocrites because we stole the land from a native tribes.
Right.
I say tribes because there's a whole bunch of them that we stole the land. I'm not very proud of that. But this country is made up of immigrants. We're all from different areas. And a lot of these people come with a lot of different talents and abilities or skills, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
And we're losing a lot by sending these back home. And can you imagine the courage it takes to leave your home, your family, what's your family that is left there, your friends, and move entirely to a different country and start a whole new life? I respect that a lot. It takes a lot to do that, a lot of courage.
Yeah.
So I'm totally for immigration.
Right.
Because
just have to figure out a way.
My family came from, I'm Ukrainian. God knows what. You're some kind of a wop. I don't know what the.
Yeah, I'm a Paisan. But I'm not Sicilian, so I can't be in the mafia because you have to be Sicilian.
Well, I'm sure they'll let you in.
They will, but I could not get made. I don't think.
They got a Jewish mafia too. But anyhow, you're doing a good job, Al.
Well, thanks, Howard.
We still need a lot of this discipleship we talked about is going to take some time.
It takes time.
We're going to eventually get into showing you how to sketch with the various point perspectives.
Yeah.
Which is important. Then you could actually film some of that as you're learning.
Yes.
And put part of the lesson on. I told you what I did part-time. Yeah, my first job out of college. Am I talking too much?
No, maybe we should hire some. Well, my wife won't appreciate if I hire some pretty women to sketch. We can.
Well, I would appreciate it.
Right. Get some, I think she'd be a little mad, Mama.
Pretty well. No, actually, just go back to your construction. Your craftsmanship is good. We got to work on design.
Yes.
And so forth, but you'll come along. Like things like this here. There's no angle on the side of that.
Right.
There should be an angle or something.
When I get
an exposed corner.
It's almost done. It's not
now,
quite.
This is extremely well done with this black strip in here.
Yeah.
The roof is well done.
Yeah, I got to weather.
Maybe the coat of paint on that.
I got to weather it a little bit, but it'll look good up on a mountain overlooking the town of Winston for my dog.
Yeah.
My dog will be proud.
Now, you've done a very good job copying this top angle here.
Oh, yeah.
So you get the base of the cupola.
Yeah, you taught me a little trick with that.
Well, you did it well. You learned it and you done it.
Yeah.
It's almost perfect, actually.
Well, Howard, I appreciate it. And folks, stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel. We need subscribtions because the more people subscribe, the more it gets pushed out. And the other thing, again, if you want one of these aren't cheap. These take a long time to build. But if you want something special in HO scale or O scale, email me. We'll get you a price. We'll talk about the size that what size you need. We can work all that out. Thanks, Howard.
All right, thank you, Al.